for you. So yeah, so I just kind of wanted to, like a little review is, I feel like the goal of yoga in many ways is really to kind of get to know yourself and deepening your awareness of yourself, right? Not just on the mat, but to be able to take it off the mat. And at least that's like kind of the goal for me, giving that to you is that not only can you like hopefully, leave the class and then be able to, know yoga poses and breath work and all that kind of stuff and things that can help you relax and things that can help you get excited or whatever, but really just kind of knowing yourself and being able to take the moments of pause. And that's what we're going to work on today is like the pause between the inhale and the exhale and the exhale and the inhale, and taking those moments to really kind of deepen within and like kind of scan our body and how are we feeling and where is our breath and what's the quality of how we're feeling today, right? So I feel like that's a big goal of mine is to be able to know yourself, increase your awareness, and again, kind of taking that eventually off the mat, and coming to that acceptance too of like knowing who you are and where you are today. And so what's kind of cool about Zoom yoga, at least, is that typically you're just looking at like my picture, right? You're not looking at anybody else, so you don't have like distractions of other people on yoga mats next to you. So you can really just be on your own mat and on your own journey and really being able to, just know what you need again, right? So not looking at someone else who can do the headstand or the handstand or who's like doing like a crazy warrior with a leg behind their back or something, whatever. Because again, this is about you and your journey. So if today you're like, today I need to do a lot of child's poses. So would it be children's pose? Anyway, a lot of child's poses. Do that, right? If you're like, we're doing standing poses and it's kind of intense and you just want to stay in Tadasana, which is mountain pose, stay in that. No one's judging, and you shouldn't be judging yourself because it's about knowing yourself and knowing what you need. In that respect too, if you're like, this is feeling good, but I want to get a little bit more intense, hold the pose longer, stretch your arms up, or, find another piece to kind of deepen into or something, right? So that's kind of my little spiel for today, is really about like going inward, and we're going to focus on that a little bit, going inward, thinking about feeling how we're feeling today, knowing what we need, and then being able to, again, to take that off the mat. So that is where we are today. So welcome. Thanks everybody for coming. I love that you are here. We're going to try to stick to 1 hour starting just about now. So come to a comfortable seated position, whatever that looks like to you, and move away from the distractions of whatever your morning looked like or whatever might come into focus right now, whether it's the smells of breakfast that's cooking right next to you, or hopefully not, but maybe your kids knocking at your door or just busting in or whatever's happening. There's always dogs and cats and stuff. So just, knowing that all of that is going to be happening around you, but you get to just be right here and relaxing your hips down, your knees down, feeling grounded and centered on your mat. And as you kind of breathe in here to your hips, bring awareness into your tailbone and allow your tailbone to just kind of descend down and ground down into your mat. Bringing your awareness into your belly and into your back, that third chakra, the center of yourself, right around the belly button. And see if you feel like those can meet in the center. So the belly kind of comes to the back to the belly. And there's not a tightening, but there's just this kind of energetically coming and meeting right in the middle. And breathing into that space. Feeling grounded and centered. And now bringing the bottoms of the ribs up off the hips. So you're starting to feel length and opening now in the belly. Really work on the breath coming down into the belly. Then you'll be able to, have all this kind of extra space in the belly to bring the breath there. Lengthening the vertebrae, one after the other, one sitting on the one below it. Lengthening up, up, up through between the shoulder blades, the neck. And then imagining a little string in the center of the crown of your head, pulling you gently up You're not doing the work. Just this gentle lifting is happening, connecting up to the sky, and then release the shoulders down away from the ears. You can close your eyes if that feels comfortable to you. Looking down at the mat if that feels comfortable to you. Just deepening into your breath. For now, just allowing it, feeling it, sensing it. What's the quality of it? How deep is it going? No judgment, just allowing it to be. And now allowing your breath, see if it can go a little deeper. So that would be moving it down through the throat, expanding through the lungs and opening front to back and side to side in the belly. And your exhale will fully release belly, lungs, throat. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Take a moment of pause and exhale, exhale, exhale. Inhale, inhale, inhale to open and expand, bringing in new life and letting it all go with exhale, exhale, exhale. Inhale, 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 and let go, relax, release, exhale, exhale. Finding your own rhythm with your breath as your jaws relax, around your eyes relax. Knowing that you can always come back to this centered place, focusing on your breath during this session, during this day, whatever comes to you. On an inhale, swooping the arms out to the side, up to the sky. Hold them up here for a moment, but drop the shoulders away from the ears. Fingertips exalting up to the sky, lengthening the sides. Awesome. Hands together. Exhale to heart center. Bow to your hands. This is a moment to know that you're honoring yourself. You're honoring your practice. Maybe if there's a word, a phrase, a mantra that you might want to carry with you today or during this practice, bring that into focus right now. Holding that there, holding that in your heart, releasing your hands down to your knees. If you have your feet like one in front of the other, bring whatever one is in front back behind, switching it up already, right? I don't know about you, but I always bring the same one in the front. So we got to switch that up. So our hands are going to be on our knees. We're going to start moving here. On an inhale, we're going to bring the chest forward. And on an exhale, swoop around. I'm going to go to my left. You can go whatever direction you want. And, just roll with it, right? You can go fast. You can go slow. Try to go with the breath. But this is just waking up the hips. You can, I always kind of get stuck for a moment, like, oh, that feels amazing on the side. So get stuck there if you need to. Or if you want to just feel that flow, our bodies are 70 something percent water. So once, we kind of make that swirl of water, it just kind of keeps eddying. So I like to think of myself sometimes with that flow of water just circling around. Next time you come forward, hold it there. If you want, you can even bring the hands forward. Again, these are all options. If you want to just be, a couple inches up, that's great. Trying to ground the hips. You want to bring the hands forward, try to touch your nose to something, I don't know, the ground, whatever, go for it. The next inhale, we're going to tuck the chin, roll back up, and going in the other direction. So the inhale brings the heart center forward, right? So you're leading with the heart. And then exhale, swooping around to the other side, waking up the hips. Again, thinking about that, like deepening into ourself, returning inward for a moment. You want to even pause at the change between an inhale and an exhale. You can do that. think about your mantra. The mantra is like a phrase that you want to, that's like, gonna help you out for the day. Maybe it's motivational, or maybe it's just something like gentleness, you know, or maybe it's like, go for it, run to the top. Or I am peace, I am happy, I am 70% water. I don't know. All right, next time you come forward, walk the hands forward, release here, hang out for a moment. Options would be like trying to ground your hips down, your sit bones down, and lengthening the lower back, kind of pulling the belly in and lengthening up and over, or you can just kind of hang out, whatever feels good. Awesome. Walking the hands back towards the legs, tuck the chin here for a moment, roll up, and we're going to keep moving, bring the knees in. We're going to go right into boat pose here. So boat pose, different options. You can just have your knees up. This could work for you if this is how you're feeling. If there's anything going on with your back or your abs or something, and you could just even do like chest coming forward, kind of like cat and cow, but you're sitting on your sit bones. Okay, so this is an option, right? So this is working that. But the other option that I'm going to give you is rocking into boat pose. So boat is picking the legs up off the ground. Options would be holding onto your thighs or under your knees. You're like, I want my legs up, but that's too much. You can bring the hands back behind you to support your spine. You're really wanting to work the abs. You can try to straighten the legs, straighten the arms. You're going to do a little bit of movement with this one. So what that's going to look like is exhale as slowly as you can, lowering the legs down. Arms are going to come out to the side, up to the sky. Release down over the legs, belly first, then chest, then chin, and then just tuck the chin, rolling back up. Once you come up, the knees come with you. Okay, so this is a flow with the boat pose if you want to do this. So the arms are coming out and up. This is the full boat pose, lowering the legs down, belly, chest, chin, release down. A long stretch, tuck the chin, rolling back up. The knees come with it, hanging out here for a moment. Hold the legs, hands on the ground, straight legs, whatever that looks like, but I'm going to keep on flowing. Arms up, legs lower, pulling the belly in, belly first, then chest, then chin down over the legs. Release here, one more time with the movement. And again, if you're just doing your cat and cow by sitting, that's your other option here. This last time I'm going to hold this for another long breath, if you can. Again, hands on the legs or the ground. I'm gonna work it a little bit longer. So pressing out through the heels, you're opening up the hamstrings, lower the legs, and then we're gonna float down and hang out here for a moment. Belly down first, then chest, then chin. Release the hands wherever is comfortable. Tuck the shoulders away from the ears. Right? We love to bring the shoulders up and like, right? And that's gonna inhibit your breath moving down gently, gracefully down through the throat. Sweet. Release here. Take this moment to go inward once again. Scan your body. Are you clenching your jaw? Are you tightening around your eyes? I always say, is there some place that you're holding tension in your body that you just don't need to? Bring the breath there. Lengthen up any amount and let the exhale take you deeper. One more inhale and exhale, holding it here. Paschimottanasana. Inhale the chest in, the chin to the chest, rolling up. And releasing here for a moment. Taking this pause to check in with your posture. So you're pressing the feet away like you're standing on the wall across from you, right? What that's going to do is engage your thighs. When you engage your thighs, it's going to open up your hamstrings a little bit more, because we're going to do some more things where we lean over our legs, right? Yeah, I see you wiggle, wiggle. You can do that. You can move the flesh away from the sit bones so that you're really just like grounded on the sit bones there. And when you do that, sometimes when you like press the feet away, people's heels pop up off the ground, but we want to keep the heels on the ground. So Janu Sirsasana, one of my favorites. We're going to take the right leg and bring it down to the side. Here, and the bottom of the foot goes in towards the inner thigh. can even kind of take that right leg and twist it open a little bit. That helps it to sit in the hip a little bit better. And if you want to do this, but that leg is feeling tight or something, you can take a pillow or a child's toy and put it underneath your leg. It's just what I had, so that it feels a little bit more comfortable, right? Because if your leg is kind of hanging out there and there's a tightness in the hip, then put a pillow or something under it to be a little bit more comfortable. A little crunchy kid's toy. All right, so with this, we're going to move with this one. So lengthening up here, the exhale is going to bring us back down over the left leg. Releasing here for a moment. We're going to move with this until we hold it. Press the heel of the foot into the ground and the fingertips. That's going to bring me up and inhale, looking up to the sky, pretending that you can see the sky. If you can, exhale, release down over the left leg. And again, inhale up. Giving thanks for this new day. Exhale, and this time release down over the left leg. Release here. Finding a couple moments of pause. Going inward. Checking in with your mantra. Your intention for the day. To increase the pose a little bit, you can take the right hand to the outside of that left foot. That gives you just a little bit more of an opening here. A little bit of a twist, extending with the right side of the body. Scan the body. No tension should be held in the jaw, the shoulders. Breathe through the lower back. Pressing that left foot away to engage the thigh, opening up the hamstrings. Arms by your ears. Inhale right back. Release your arms at your side. Sweet. Ready for the twist. I'm going to bring the right leg up. Push the right foot down into the ground. Twists are awesome for squeezing out toxins and stress. And we should do like 18,000 twists a day. All right. So I'm going to twist towards the right leg. Okay. So when you do this, I want you, first of all, press that left foot away, the right foot pressing down into the ground. And think that you're twisting with your hips first, and then your ribs, and then your shoulders. And then eventually you can look over the right shoulder. Why? Because a lot of times if you're just trying to twist with your shoulders, then you lose all that twist and all that good stuff happening in the belly, which is where you really want the twist to happen, because that's, what's squeezing out liver, toxins, all that kind of stuff. So whenever you're ready, you can kind of think even exhale, exhale, exhale. And then grabbing that right leg with the left arm, right hand back behind you to support the spine. You can look over the right shoulder if you wish, if that feels comfortable to your neck. A couple breaths here, breathing into the twist. Chin should be parallel to the ground, because that means that the back of your neck is long, twisted fully. Knowing that you are doing so many good things to your body right now just by doing this little twist, staying present with whatever's happening around you or to you. Awesome. Right arm up by the ear. That's our inhale. That's going to exhale us, and let's keep going. Let's twist, twist, twist the whole way to the left, bringing that right hand to the outside of the left leg. You can hold on to the leg. If they can reach the ground, sweet. The hard part is trying to keep that right foot grounded and the knee right up to the sky. Looking over the left shoulder this time if you can. One more inhale and exhale here. All right. And then both arms up by the ears. Inhale, exhale, come to center. Awesome. Bring the arms down. That right leg, send it up wherever you can. Press the heel away. I'm holding onto my leg. You can if you wish. And then I'm going to drop it back down. Paschimottanasana, arms by the ears. Inhale, exhale, luxuriate, and releasing down over the legs. Tuck the chin. Inhale, coming back up to sitting. Just take a moment to feel. One side should feel a lot more stretched out than the other. So let's balance it. I love seeing what's happening with my girl Amy here. Okay, left foot coming in. Let's balance it, right? Let's do it on the other side. The right foot presses away, engaging that right thigh, right? So once again, Janu Sirsasana, love this pose. Check in, it's all feeling good. Belly again pulled into the back. Bottoms of the ribs pulling up off the hips, feeling nice and long. Arms at your sides. Inhale here. Exhale, float down the belly first, and then the chest, and then the chin. Press the fingertips into the ground, the heel into the ground, and that's going to initiate the movement back up, looking up to the sky, maybe just the ceiling, giving thanks for this day as you exhale again down over that right. Finding fluid momentum moving in between the inhale, the exhale, the up, the down. Can't remember how many times we did it to the other side, but I feel like moving one more time. And then we're going to hold it down over this right and stay here. Or, the inhale is what you can do to like readjust if you feel like, something feels like tight or weird. And then the exhale brings you back down. This is a good pose too to kind of check in with that idea of learning your limits. So instead of going to 100%, like this is the whole way I can go on this pose, right? I like to say maybe you find that 100% and back up 10%, and then let the exhale bring you there. Because sometimes that exhale brings you further if you want to go further. Or sometimes you get to that 90 and you're like, actually, I feel good here. It's also about kind of checking in. Like I know for me, I do this pose all the time. So I kind of always do it the same way. But sometimes when I just back up a little bit, I'm feeling it in a different place that I might need to feel it today. Check in with that. Again, other option is left hand across that right leg, just giving you a little bit initiating a little bit of a twist here, opening up the left side. That feels comfortable to you. Sweet. Another moment or two, breathing into this one. And both arms are going to come by the ears to inhale back up, releasing your hands at your sides. Taking a moment here, engaging the abs, bottoms of the ribs, pulling up off the hips. There's so much that happens in that area, by the way. We kind of forget about that. We think belly or back a lot, but it's the sides that help us stay strong. Okay, left foot pressing down into the ground. Check that right leg is doing its thing. And then kind of exhale, 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 twisting towards that right leg. So hips and then ribs and then shoulders, wrapping the right arm around the left leg. And maybe if you can, look over the left shoulder. I keep my left fingertips onto the ground, and that helps me, stay as tall as I can, but I've moved my shoulder away from my ear, relax the jaw. Kind of sometimes have to back up and really get all that extra around the belly to kind of move a little bit more, and just breathe into all those organs. They're doing such amazing work all the time without you having to tell them what to do. Organs are not like children. You're always telling them what to do. No, they just do their thing. They're keeping you healthy and moving and doing all the thing, but you can help them out a little bit by breathing into it, knowing that you're squeezing it out, coming to a little bit healthier, more energetic place, just by allowing the breath to go to spaces. Awesome. Left arm comes up, inhale by the ear, and then exhale. We're going to twist the whole way around now to the right. Feels a little like awkward because you don't have anything to grab onto, right? We're going to try to put the left hand to the ground or the thigh, the right hand back behind you. If you can, as you press the left toe and the heels into the ground, pressing that right foot away, see if you can look over the right shoulder a little bit. A little bit more stability has to happen here in the sides. Check in with your mantra, your intention. Awesome. All right. Inhale, both arms up by the ears. Exhale, come to center. Pick that left leg up. Press the left foot away. Squeeze. Lower it down. One last time. Paschimottanasana, forward fold. Exhale down here. And then coming right back up to sitting. And when stretched and open, we're going to swoop around, hands and knees. And getting ready for cat-cow. And then we're also in, nearly child's pose, right? So just again, if this is a day, a time that you need to be into child's pose, at any point, go into that. But if you're here for some more cat and cow, press the fingertips into the ground, the heels of the hand and the fingertips. The hand should be right under the shoulders, the knees right underneath the hips, and inhale back up to the sky, tuck the chin, and just breathe here for a moment. Hold this here. See if you can feel any different vertebrae that you're like, I don't usually feel that one when I do this stretch. Breathe into it. The exhale brings the belly down to the ground. No, not to the ground, but lowers it down. Trying to touch your head, your tailbone, lengthening heart center here. And keep moving this time. Inhale the back up to the sky. Press the hands down and away from you. Exhale, the belly drops. Heart center open. Even kind of tuck the shoulders a little bit back behind you. Once again, inhale into cat. And exhale. Awesome. Back to flat back. Let's bring the right leg back on the toes just for a moment here. Kind of rocking the toes a little bit. See how the ankles are feeling, the toes. And then we're going to bring the right leg straight up from the hip. Press the heel away, looking down between the hands is best for the neck. If you want to increase it, you can bring the left arm up here. A couple breaths here, all the while trying to pull the belly in so that your back is flat. If you want to keep going with this, you can always drop into child's pose at this point, okay? The other option is bending the right leg 90 degrees and trying to reach that left hand back to reach the heel or the ankle. Okay, just a bunch of different options for y'all today. Find your breath. If you're balancing, find your balance. And bring that right arm forward. If it's not, the left arm forward, the right leg back, and release everything back down. Cat and cow for the transition. Back up to the sky, belly down. Coming back to flat back. Left leg back. Working out the toes, the calf for a little bit here, kind of checking in, maybe even some circles, seeing how it's feeling so you know if you need to work it a little bit more later. And then we pick the left leg up straight across from the hip for now. We'll bring it up higher in a moment. And if you want, the right arm can come out. The palm can face inward, it can face down, whatever you want it to do. Again, you can stay here. Another option is bending the left leg, wrapping that right arm back to try to reach the leg. And please don't compare yourself to anybody, not even your former self or your future self. You're where you are right now. You're on your own mat. You're doing your thing. Today is this day. We are in this moment. You're doing what you can do. Find your breath, bring the leg back, the arm forward if it's not, both hands and knees back down, cat and cow for the transition. Awesome. If you want, you can go into child's pose or do this one more time with the right leg back. If you want this time, instead of the right leg coming right out from the hip, maybe even bringing it higher, seeing how that feels. You can bend it and play around here a little bit. I'm going to pick my left arm up. I want to do a little bit more balance today. Work the abs here and find my breath. And go ahead and smile. Not to me, to yourself. I'm going to reach back again and grab that right leg, and I'm going to try to stretch it up a little bit here. And then returning back, cat and cow. Inhale up. Exhale down. Last time, left leg. Start to increase the intensity just a little bit here because we're going to get into down dog and some sun salutations in a moment. Again, whatever you want to do. Maybe you're going to chilling child's pose for a little bit here. Go for it. I'm going to reach back to that left leg. Dancer pose is kind of like this a little bit. Anyway, and there's that like stretch happening and the back is curving and heart center opening. But wherever you're at, try to press into your fingertips So there's less weight on the heel of your hand. All right, people, release down. So a lot of people are like, yeah, okay, great. Cat and cow, inhale up, exhale down. Sweet. All right. If you want, child's pose is your option for about 2 or 3 breaths, or head right into down dog, wherever you want to go right now. If you're in down dog, you can choose to, bend one knee, stretch the other. Don't follow what I'm doing, just follow what I'm saying or follow what you're feeling. So again, if you're in child's pose, awesome. Let go, release there, hang out. Just feel like somebody is like pressing onto your lower back and just pressing you down and letting you just be here for a moment. If in this moment you're like, no, I'm ready for down dog, then there you are, pressing down through the hands, kind of pressing the ground away from you, but feeling the ground kind of pushing back up and lengthening through your arms, your shoulders, the whole way up through your hips. And then your thighs are moving back towards the wall behind you. Again, down dog does not mean that your heels have to touch the ground. Maybe they do. Sweet. Maybe they don't. That is fine. Child's pose is actually a little bit of an inversion. And then, of course, down dog is as well. Inversions are fun because we rarely ever have our head, below our heart. So it's a really lovely thing to do. But when we come back up, we're going to just have this, intention of kind of paying attention to feeling that blood flow move back down to the feet. So we're going to hang out here one more moment. If you're in child's pose, maybe you want to get up and sit down dog now. And then let's walk the feet, or if you're ready to jump them to the hands into our forward fold, Uttanasana. And swooping the arms out and up, nice and gentle and slowly up to the sky. Hang out for a moment, giving thanks to this new day. Hands to heart center, exhale. And just feel that movement happening from the head down to the feet. Checking in with your posture, toes down, heels down. Pull your arches up, pull from the earth, the center of the earth, pulling that up through the arches into the inner thighs, but the tailbone descends down. One vertebrae after the other, stacking on top of the one below it. Shoulder blades slightly coming together just to open up the front of the chest a little bit here. Release our arms at our sides. String in the center of the crown of the head pulls you up as the shoulders move away from the ears, and just be here just for a moment. Checking in with the space that you take up, embracing who you are and how you are today, feeling the fullness from your toes the whole way up to the top of your head and down through your fingertips. Keep moving here into some sun salutations. We'll start a little slow and then pick up the energy. So here we go. Inhale, swoop the arms out and up. Exhale, dive forward, giving thanks for this day. Forward fold. Inhaling halfway up, hands on the thighs. Long back, belly down towards the thighs again. Exhale. Hands to the ground, feet walk or jump back, down dog. And moving into plank, shoulders right above the wrists, strong abs, and keeping the elbows in towards your ribs as you lower down to chaturanga, hovering for a moment until we go into our heart opener. You can keep the hands and the ribs on the ground, the pinky toes touching the ground, or you can press the hands into the ground, coming up onto the thighs, or the tops of your feet, or even your toes. This is a heart opener, so keep the back long, the back of the neck long. Hanging out here for a moment. Shoulders are trying to move away from the ears. I know that's really hard. Opening up the front of the shoulders a little bit. See if you can smile. Cheesy smile. Okay, great. Hips back up to the sky and back towards the back wall, down dog. Feet walk or jump to the hands, forward fold. Inhale, swooping out and up. Hands to heart center. Lovely. Keep on moving. Inhale, up. Give thanks. Exhale, dive forward. Inhaling halfway up. If this feels like a good pace, keep going with it. Exhale, forward again. Hands come to the ground, feet walk or jump back, down dog. And moving into plank, shoulders right above the wrists. Strong abs, strong back. And then embrace the ground as you lower down, heart center down to the ground. Inhaling up here, whatever heart opener you want to do. Back bend. Giving thanks for all the love that you are given and all the love that you can give out. Just wash yourself over in love here for a moment and then back into down dog. Hips up and back. Feet walk or jump to the hands, forward fold. Inhale, swoop out and up. Tadasana. Tadasana. That's mountain pose. Hang out here, press the hands together, touching at heart center. Check in with yourself, your mantra, your intention, wherever you're at. We'll do this one more time before we head into our warrior series. Inhale up, dive forward, exhale. A little bit faster if you can. Inhale halfway and back down. Hands to the ground, feet walk or jump, down dog. Moving into plank, nice and strong, and slowly lower down. Come on back up, heart center opening up here and right back into down dog. Picking the right leg up and then swooping it in between the hands. You need to pick it up and move it there. Great, however it can get there. Moving into warrior one here. So the right knee is right over the right ankle. I know I got you guys moving there. Everyone's like, what? I got to do this quickly. Get into it how you can. The left foot is trying to press the whole left foot into the ground. I know somebody asked me that last time. That's the full, warrior, because you're kind of working a different part of the hip. If you need to be on the left toes, you can do that too, whatever works for you. Full pose is the arms twist out in the sockets and up, and then the shoulders move back down. Here you are in warrior one. If at any point the hands want to go on the hips, they can. Trying to track those hip bones facing forward. But if you are here and you're feeling good, pull the energy up once again from the earth. Inner thighs kind of isometrically coming towards each other. Tailbone descending down, just like the shoulders. A little bit of a heart opener here. And think about something that you want to give intention to today. Maybe it's back to your intention or your mantra. And send that out with all the strength that you're cultivating right now. Bringing hands right to heart center, over to heart center, giving it right back to you. So I'm straightening that front leg. Lovely. You can stay here. We're going to lean over that right leg any amount. Maybe I'll go sideways so you can see it. Maybe it's a couple inches. Maybe it feels more comfortable to have your hands on your hips. Maybe you're going for it. You can go down as far as you can, and the hands interlace back behind you. Okay, so it's just a little bit of a balance pose here. Once again, legs like isometrically pulling towards each other. Little forward fold over that right front, right leg. And then the hands are going to come down around that right foot back to meet the left into down dog. And the left leg comes up, same thing on this side. And swooping it however it can, however graceful you can get it between the hands, to moving into warrior one here on the left side. Again, maybe it takes you some time to pick that foot up and bring it there, however you need to get it. You're trying to be on the whole back of that right foot, right, the left knee over the ankle, and go into the pose whenever you're ready. If you're like, I'm full on, my arms are up, sweet, go for it. If you're like, today my hands are on my hips, stay there, okay? Find your breath. Ground down through the outer edge of the right foot. The toes and the heels of the left foot, inner thighs pulling in and up. Tailbone descends. I say all this stuff so you don't think about how hard this pose is, if it feels hard to you. Crown of the head is elongating up to the sky. The shoulders release. Extend heart center towards something that you need that can nourish you today. And pulling it in, hands right on top of the heart. You are a warrior. Just know that. And all the things that you do. Straightening that left leg. And any amount leaning forward over the left leg. Trying to stay strong in the toes and the heels and the arch pull up. That's one way to not kind of wobble and fall forward. Hands can be on the hips. Interlace the hands behind you. Kind of whatever works for you to lean over that left leg a little bit. You're going to head into child's pose here. Hands down around the left foot back to meet the right. Down dog, moving into child's pose, onto the shins. Hips go back towards the heels. Arms elongate forward, head touching the ground. Follow my words and not what I do. Options could be opening up the knees a little bit. Hands could be on your lower back. Just finding a couple breaths here. Once again, taking this moment to return inward. You know, that goal of yoga, again, as I said, is not just one arm handstands, if that's your thing or not, but it's really, at least for me, to just growing that awareness and the presence of yourself, of your breath, of your body, of your breath moving with your body, you know, just of yourself, how you're feeling, your emotions, just growing awareness. To know yourself starts on the mat, and then to move off the mat. Once you know a little more how you are, how you're feeling, and what you need, you can just have that acceptance, giving yourself grace. And yoga gets you there because you have that, you get this kind of neutral state of this relaxed, present awareness, that sattva energy, that balance. So coming back to these moments of child's pose, just standing, and eventually shavasana gets to bring me to that place a little bit more. All right, chill out here for a moment. We're going to move back into another standing sequence. So in another breath or two, move into child, or you're in child's pose, into down dog. With down dog, make sure that your head is just kind of hanging out, right? Yeah, good. Yep, shake your head yes and no. That allows it to just hang out there. We love to pick our head up and like have all this stress in our neck. So we don't love to. We think that it's a good thing, but it's not. So release the head down here. And let's start with the left leg. So picking the left leg up and maybe opening up the hip a little bit, kind of playing with it if that feels good to you. And then once again, we're going to swoop that left foot in between the hands and coming the whole way up, moving from warrior one into warrior two. Warrior two is having the hip bones facing the long side of the mat, parallel to the long side of the mat. The left knee is still over the ankle. Full pose, arms are up and out. I like to bring my palms up for a moment first. So facing them up, that relaxes the shoulders a little bit. Pressing down through the outer edge of the right foot, inner thighs pulling in, tailbone descending, lengthening up through the spine, shoulders release. I like to take my right hand, if you can see it, and press away like I'm pressing away from the wall behind me. That's me telling myself I don't need, or certain things I don't need that keep coming to me. I don't need those. I don't want those. Whatever doesn't serve me, I press those away. With my left hand, I'm opening up and accepting the things that I want, that I need, that nourish me, that nourish my soul. Straight legs, hands coming together at heart center. Center here, center into your heart. Back into warrior two, opening up. Find a little bit of joy in this movement. Inhale, straight legs, hands to heart center. Back into warrior two. Once again, inhale, straight legs, hands to the center. And release one more time, warrior two. From here, bring the right hand down to the back leg and the left arm comes up. So a little bit of opening up here. Trying to keep that left knee bent. Exhale, bring the left knee to the left elbow to the left knee and the right arm up and over the ear. We're opening up here just for a moment, finding a super beautiful straight line from the bottom of the right foot to the right hand. And moving right back into down dog. Both hands around that left foot back to meet the right. Woo, work it out here. And then one more time to the other side. So the right leg comes up, open up, shift around, whatever that looks like to you. And then the right foot swoops, glides however you can in between the hands, moving into warrior two. Okay, there's a little bit better here. So once again, the arms are up and out. Full pose. If the hands have to be on the hips, great, right? That lowers the blood pressure a little bit. That lowers the energy a little bit. That's where you're feeling, go for it. I like to have my palms up for a moment here. That relaxes my shoulders. Outer edge of that left foot pressing down. Toes and heels of the front foot. Inner thighs pulling in. Tailbone drops. Elongate through the back of the neck. And then take that left hand now and press that left hand away. Telling your body, your thoughts, whatever that doesn't serve you, move those away. And what you're looking at, that front right hand, are the things that you want to bring to you today. Opening up that palm, accepting, and straight legs, hands come to heart center, maybe even over the heart this time. You're really pulling that into your heart here. And then release into that warrior. Finding that strength in who you are, your uniqueness, yourself, and bring that back into your heart. Straight legs, hands to the heart. Finding that pause, that moment. And again, opening up, strong legs, pulling up the energy from the earth. Just imagine all that like churning and stuff in the center of the earth, that iron and the richness. All right, one more time, back to heart center. Centering, being present. And last time, warrior two. Find your strength. Drop your left hand back behind you onto your thigh. Right arm opens up here. Find your breath. Elbow to the right knee. Finding that long line from the edge of the left foot. Just bring your mind's eye there, the whole way up the left leg, over the knee, the thigh, the hip, tickling through the ribs, the armpit, the elbow, the fingertips, into down dog. Both hands around the right foot back to meet the left. And go ahead and hang out here for 3 or 5 breaths or move right into child's pose, whatever you need. Release your head wherever you are. Release your jaw. You can stay in child's pose or down dog. If I do that, then you can't really hear me. So I just sit up and look at you guys. Awesome. And let's all meet in child's pose if you're not there yet. And from child's pose, we're going to come up sitting. If you can stay on your shins, go ahead and do that for a moment. just lifts us a little bit more. But if you need to sit on your sit bones, you can do that too. But just for a moment, let's just bring our left ear to our left shoulder when you get up there, and take that right arm and out, and open it up, stretch the fingertips away, whatever that looks like or feels like to you. Release the jaw. And it's about thinking about that right jaw going up to the sky more so than it is like just flopping the head over to the left side, if that makes sense. So imagine that, like, what is that? That kind of meaty part of the jaw going up, and then stretching that right arm away, opening up any part of the arm that just feels all stuck and tight. Then gently bring the hand back to the thighs. The inhale brings the head back up to center. And then the right ear aims towards the right shoulder as that left part of the jaw goes up to the sky. That just helps, that to me just helps me like open up the left side of my neck a little bit more. And then the left arm comes out. Move it wherever it feels the yummiest. Awesome. Hand back down. Inhale gently, the head back up to center. Keeping a long back of your neck. Drop the chin down to the chest. And then inhale, the head comes back up to center. And keeping a long back of your neck looking up to the sky. Once again, the edges of the jaw are going up to the sky, but it's not about flopping the head back behind you. It's about keeping a long back of your neck actually, but stretching the front of your neck. And back to center. And swooping the legs out from underneath us because we're headed to the ground. Woohoo! So I'm going to bring my knees with me and just roll back. I'm going to go really slowly. You can do it however you want, but bring your knees onto your chest when you get onto your back. And again, follow my instruction more than what I'm saying. So once you're on your back, go ahead and wrap your arms around your knees and rock gently side to side. Slowly, fast, whatever is working for you. We're getting ready to do just a couple little poses here, and then we're going to get ready for Shavasana. So this could be a good time. Saw some of you putting your socks back on or getting your little blanket or whatever you might need. Awesome. Let's just do a little twist to each side. If you want to continue to follow my instructions, sweet. Go ahead and bring your knees over onto your right side. And you'll kind of be stacking the left knee on top of the right knee, and the left arm is going to go out to the side. So your legs should be comfortable. If you need to put like a blanket or something under them, go for it. The knees should probably be stacked, or at least like the heels, whatever feels comfortable. This is a final twist, and there really should be no work being done here unless you want to. If you want to do extra work, that's like kind of pressing that left arm out and pressing it down to the ground and looking over the left shoulder and picking up that left hip a little bit more. But really, we're getting ready to really melt down into our mat. So start to get there now. Maybe starting to sense your breath slowing down. Maybe the quality of it is really relaxing and chilling out a little bit, finding a flow. Now that you've slowed down a little bit, before you move, think of the way that you're going to bring your knees to your other side as it being initiated by your lower back. So think that you're kind of pressing the right side of your lower back into the ground, over towards your spine, then the left side, and the knees just kind of should naturally follow. I'm saying that so you're really kind of using your abs and your back more. Then the knees will kind of come onto the chest. And then you'll use the abs to gently lower the knees over to the left side. And that's, you know, uh, helping you instead of just like, go ahead and flop your legs over to the other side. And once you're there, just get comfortable in that position. As we're getting ready for our full Shavasana, once again, start to check in with your breath. And that's the thing that you're just going to be focusing on for the next handful of minutes here. So if there are thoughts swirling around at all, I like to think of them as little buzzing bees. And, say thanks, appreciate what you got to say, but I don't really have time to talk to you right now. So if all you bees could just fly out the window, the door, go talk to somebody else for a little bit. I got my minutes here. I got my like 5-6 minutes here to not think of anything. And I'm just going to bring my awareness into my breath, feeling the ground underneath me, knowing I'm just in this space for a little bit of time here. This final twist, kind of deepen into it for another breath or two. And then if you're not there yet, breathe into the lower back and use the lower back as the initiation to bring the knees slowly back onto the chest. And one way to get into Shavasana from there is pressing the legs up to the sky, the feet like standing on the ceiling here, and then gently lowering the legs down by pressing the heels away from you, away, elongating the legs, the knees, the back, and then you lower the legs down to the ground. And once you're there, get comfortable. If you know any modifications that you want to use, get into those now. If you don't, but you want to ask me about those now or later, you may. But one option is just laying flat on the ground. The head should be flat, the arms are flat, the legs are kind of flat, and the feet splayed out to the side. And if you choose the total flat Shavasana, just know that it's this lovely way to balance your spine, balance each side of your spine. Everything is on one plane. You even feel like there's like a heaviness or a weight in a good way, like a sack of lavender and oats or something, like resting on your shoulders and bringing them down, resting on your hips and pressing them down. And everything should feel held. You are being held by the earth, and everything else can just feel heavy and weighted. If those bees come back, just imagine them in this beautiful yellow and gold mass of swirling, whirling, flurling, twirling, and send them away. Just feel your breath. Just be here, right here. allow your breath to come right into your heart. May it be really full, filled with love for yourself, for all that you are, who you are, this being of light, of love, that love that you get to give away and receive. And receive that love right now. Feeling a full heart. Maybe it even has a color associated with it, just swirling around. And take that sense of love and acceptance and spread that with the breath up through the throat, down through the shoulders to the fingertips. Bring that sense of love up through the face, relaxing the jaw, around the eyes, into the mind's eye, that third eye, right in the center of the forehead. Nourishing your connection to spirit by connecting up to the crown of the head. And find that love moving down from the heart down through all your organs, just nourishing each and every one of them. Down through your hips, knees, and grounding you through your feet. And take that love and let it stretch your arms along your ears. Stretch your fingertips away from your feet. Feel yourself long and extended and open and powerful. And then in one graceful motion, bring your knees to your chest and your arms wrapping around your knees. Rocking yourself again side to side. Rolling yourself onto one side like you're curled up in bed, whatever side feels comfortable to you today. And use this moment to just let go again of anything that you don't want to carry with you. Whatever that might be, let it go. Excuse me. Give it to the ground. Let the ground take it and churn it all up and turn it into something else because you don't need it. You don't want to carry it with you. And then finding a graceful way, gentle, careful, of allowing yourself to return to your final seated position. Taking the arms out to the side, up to the sky. Giving thanks for this new day, knowing anything is possible today. Bringing the hands together, back down, right to heart center. Take this moment to bow to yourself. Honor the mantra or the intention that you set for class or for this day. Honor your practice. Honor that sense of deepening your awareness of yourself, your breath, your thoughts. Knowing that you're just on this journey. Every moment is different. And may you hold each moment with gentleness today and a sense of great love for yourself. And thanks for allowing me to guide you on this little yoga journey this morning. Have a wonderful day. Namaste. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for getting on today. You can unmute yourself if you have any reflections or any thoughts or whatever. But otherwise, thanks for getting on, and I hope you have a wonderful day.